Three paths are sitting right in front of you, and one of them, just one, is the breakthrough you have been waiting for. But here is the thing most people never talk about. The universe does not hand you a map with a giant arrow saying go this way. No, it drops signs, it sends feelings, it creates moments of tension and confusion, and then it watches. It watches to see if you are paying attention. It watches to see if you have the courage to choose. And Sagittarius, right now, you are standing at one of those crossroads. You can feel it, cannot you? That restless energy in your chest. That quiet knowing that something big is shifting beneath the surface. You did not click on this video by accident. Something pulled you here. Something inside you recognized the words three paths and breakthrough, and your soul whispered, yes, that is for me. And it is. But I need you to stay with me through every single section of what I am about to share. Because the guidance that is meant for you might not come in the first minute or the fifth. It might come in a moment you do not expect, buried inside a truth you have been avoiding. So settle in, turn the volume up, and let this message reach the part of you that is ready to stop playing small. Because Sagittarius, the next chapter of your life is not going to look like the last one. Not even close. Tip 1. The weight you have been carrying is not yours. There is something heavy sitting on your shoulders right now, Sagittarius, and I need you to hear me when I say this. It does not belong to you. You have been walking around with this invisible weight, this pressure, this sense of responsibility that feels like it is crushing your spirit, and you have convinced yourself that carrying it is part of your journey. But it is not. Somewhere along the way, you picked up someone else's burden. Maybe it was a family member who never learned how to handle their own emotions, so they handed them to you piece by piece until you were drowning in feelings that were never yours to begin with. Maybe it was a friend who leaned on you so hard and so long that you forgot what it felt like to stand up straight on your own. Maybe it was a situation at work, or in your community, or in your home, where you became the person everyone depended on, the fixer, the healer, the one who always had to hold it together while everyone else fell apart. And you did it, Sagittarius. You held it together. You carried that weight with a smile on your face and fire in your heart, because that is who you are. You are the archer. You are the one who aims high and keeps moving forward no matter what. But even the strongest archer cannot hit the target when their arms are shaking from exhaustion. Even the brightest fire burns out when there is no fuel left. And right now, you are running on fumes. You can feel it in your bones. You can feel it in the way you wake up tired even after a full night of sleep. You can feel it in the way your passion has dimmed, the way things that used to excite you now feel like obligations. That is not depression, Sagittarius. That is depletion. There is a difference. Depression is a darkness that comes from within. Depletion is what happens when you give and give and give until there is nothing left for yourself. The universe is asking you to put the weight down. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Right now, in this moment, as you are listening to these words, I want you to take a deep breath and imagine yourself setting down a heavy backpack that you have been carrying up a mountain. Feel your shoulders relax. Feel your spine straighten. Feel the relief wash over you like warm water. That weight was never yours. The guilt you feel about someone else's choices, not yours. The anxiety you carry about situations you cannot control, not yours. The pressure to fix, to save, to rescue everyone around you, not yours. You are allowed to love people without carrying their pain. You are allowed to care without sacrificing yourself. You are allowed to say, I have given enough, without feeling selfish about it. This is the first path I mentioned at the beginning, the path of release. And it starts with one simple decision. The decision to stop carrying what was never meant for your back. Some of you listening right now know exactly what I am talking about. You can feel the specific weight I am describing. You know the name attached to it. You know the face. You know the situation. And your soul is telling you, it is time to let it go. Trust that feeling. It is not selfish. It is survival. It is sacred. And it is the first step toward the breakthrough that is waiting for you on the other side of this release. Tip 2. Your intuition has been screaming and you have been whispering back. Sagittarius, you are one of the most intuitive signs in the entire zodiac. But lately you have been ignoring the very gift that makes you extraordinary. Your gut has been talking to you. No, let me correct that. Your gut has been screaming at you. It has been sending you signals, flashes of knowing, moments of clarity that hit you like lightning. And what have you done with them? You have questioned them. You have second-guessed them. You have talked yourself out of them because they did not make logical sense, or because someone else told you that you were being irrational. Let me tell you something about your intuition, Sagittarius. It is never irrational. It is operating on a frequency that your conscious mind cannot always understand, but that does not make it wrong. In fact, your intuition has been right far more often than it has been wrong. Think about it. Think about the times you had a feeling about someone and ignored it, only to find out later that your gut was spot on. Think about the opportunities you walked away from because your intuition said, "Not this one." And months later you realized that decision saved you from disaster. Think about the moments when something inside you said, "Move now," and you did, and everything fell into place like magic. That is your superpower. That is the gift the universe gave specifically to you. And you have been treating it like background noise. You have been letting other people's opinions drown out the loudest voice in your life. Your own inner knowing. I see this happening with a specific situation right now. There is something in your life, a decision you need to make, a direction you need to choose, and your intuition has already given you the answer. You already know what to do. You have known for weeks, maybe even months, but you keep going back and forth because the answer your intuition gave you is uncomfortable. It requires change. It requires courage. It requires you to step into the unknown and trust that the net will appear. Here is what the universe wants you to understand. The unknown is not your enemy. The unknown is where your breakthrough lives. Every single major expansion in your life happened when you stepped beyond what was familiar and comfortable. Every single transformation required you to close your eyes, take a breath, and leap. And every single time you landed on your feet. Not because you were lucky, because you were guided. Your intuition was guiding you then, and it is guiding you now. The question is not whether your intuition is right. The question is whether you are brave enough to follow it. And Sagittarius, I already know the answer to that. You are brave enough. You have always been brave enough. You just forgot for a little while. But this message is your reminder. This moment right here is the universe tapping you on the shoulder and saying, "Stop whispering back. Match the volume of your intuition with the volume of your action. When your gut says move, move. When your gut says speak, speak. When your gut says walk away, walk away. No hesitation. No committee meetings inside your head. No polling your friends for their opinions. Just you, your knowing, and your willingness to trust it completely. The second path is the path of trust. Trusting yourself, trusting the timing, trusting that the fire inside you was put there for a reason. And that fire, it is about to get very, very bright. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Tip 3. The person you were 6 months ago would not recognize you now. Stop for a moment and really think about who you were 6 months ago. Think about what you believed was possible. Think about what kept you up at night. Think about the conversations you were having, the worries that consumed you, the dreams you were too afraid to speak out loud. Now look at where you are today. Something has shifted, Sagittarius. Something fundamental has changed inside you, and maybe you have not fully acknowledged it yet, because you have been so busy surviving each day that you forgot to notice how much you have grown. But the growth is real. The transformation is undeniable, and the universe needs you to see it, because what is coming next requires you to build on the foundation of everything you have already overcome. 6 months ago, there was a situation that felt impossible, a relationship that felt stuck, a financial pressure that felt suffocating, a health concern that felt overwhelming, a creative block that felt permanent, and you faced it. You did not run away, even though every part of you wanted to. You did not give up, even though giving up would have been the easiest option. You stood in the middle of the storm and you said, not out loud maybe, but deep in your bones, you said, "I will get through this." And you did. You got through it. Maybe not perfectly. Maybe not gracefully. Maybe you stumbled and fell and cried and questioned everything. But you are still here. You are still standing. You are still breathing. And that alone is proof that you are stronger than you think. The universe does not waste experiences. Every hard moment, every painful lesson, every tear you shed in the last 6 months was building something inside you. It was strengthening muscles you did not know you had. It was developing resilience that will carry you through the next chapter. It was clearing out old beliefs and old patterns and old versions of yourself that no longer serve the person you are becoming. Because here is the truth, Sagittarius. You are becoming someone new. Not in a dramatic, overnight kind of way, but in a slow, steady, undeniable kind of way. Like a river carving through rock. You cannot see the change from day to day, but over time the landscape is completely different. That is what is happening to you right now. The landscape of your life is being reshaped by the person you are choosing to be. And the person you are choosing to be is someone who does not settle, someone who does not shrink, someone who does not apologize for wanting more, for dreaming bigger, for expecting better. I want you to honor that transformation. I want you to take a moment right now and give yourself credit for how far you have come. Not because it is a nice thing to do, but because it is necessary for what comes next. The universe has something big lined up for you, and it requires you to show up with confidence. Not arrogance, confidence. The quiet, deep, unshakable knowing that you have been through hard things before and you made it through. The knowing that you are capable of more than you have been giving yourself credit for. The knowing that the best is not behind you. It is ahead of you, way ahead of you. And the next section is going to show you exactly why that matters more than you realize right now. Tip 4. Someone is about to re-enter your life and change everything. There is a person from your past who is about to make a reappearance, Sagittarius, and this is not a coincidence. The universe has been orchestrating this reunion behind the scenes, moving pieces into place, aligning circumstances, creating the exact conditions necessary for this person to cross your path again. And when they do, everything is going to shift. Not in a small way. In a way that makes you question everything you thought you knew about timing and second chances, and the mysterious ways the universe works. Now, I need to be very clear about something. This person could be anyone. A former friend, a family member you lost touch with, an old romantic connection, a mentor who drifted away, a colleague from a previous chapter of your life. Do not try to guess who it is because your mind will probably get it wrong. Your intuition, on the other hand, already knows. As I was speaking, a face flashed in your mind. A name whispered itself across your thoughts. That is probably the person I am talking about. But whether it is or is not, the message remains the same. This re-entry is divinely timed. The reason this person left your life, or the reason you drifted apart, was because both of you needed to grow separately before you could come back together in a meaningful way. Think of it like two trees planted too close together. They cannot both grow to their full height because their branches keep tangling. Their roots keep competing for the same soil. But if you transplant one and give both trees space, they can grow tall and strong independently. And then when they are both fully grown, their branches can reach toward each other and create something beautiful. Shade, shelter, strength. That is what has been happening. You have been growing. This person has been growing. And now the universe is saying, you are both ready. But here is the part that requires your attention. When this person re-enters your life, you cannot show up as the old version of yourself. You cannot fall back into old patterns, old dynamics, old ways of relating. If this is someone who hurt you, you do not need to pretend the hurt did not happen. But you do need to decide whether you are willing to see them as the person they have become rather than the person they were. If this is someone you hurt, you need to come to the table with humility and honesty, not excuses and deflections. The universe is not bringing this person back so you can repeat the past. The universe is bringing this person back so you can create something new together. Something that was not possible before because neither of you was ready. I also want you to be aware that this re-entry might not happen the way you expect. It might not be a dramatic knock on your door or a phone call out of the blue. It might be subtle. A social media notification, a mention of their name in conversation, a dream, a song that reminds you of them. Pay attention to the signs. The universe does not always shout. Sometimes it whispers. And Sagittarius, you of all people know how to hear the whispers when you are willing to listen. This reconnection has the potential to unlock a part of you that has been dormant. A part of your heart that you closed off to protect yourself. Opening it again will feel risky. It will feel vulnerable. But vulnerability is not weakness, Sagittarius. Vulnerability is the door through which miracles walk in. Tip 5. The financial shift is closer than you think. I know this has been weighing on you, Sagittarius. The money situation, the bills, the feeling of never quite having enough, the stress of watching numbers and counting days until the next deposit. I know you have been carrying that anxiety quietly, not wanting to burden anyone else with it, not wanting to admit that things have been tighter than you would like. But the universe sees your struggle. And more importantly, the universe is responding to it. There is a financial shift coming, and it is closer than you think. This is not wishful thinking. This is not some vague promise designed to make you feel better temporarily. This is energy that has already been set in motion. You planted seeds weeks ago, maybe even months ago, and those seeds are about to break through the surface. Now, the breakthrough might not look like winning a giant sum of money or inheriting a fortune from a distant relative. It might look more practical than that. It might be a new opportunity that pays significantly better than what you have now. It might be an idea that you finally act on, something you have been turning over in your mind for ages, and it starts generating income in ways you did not expect. It might be a debt that gets resolved, a payment plan that suddenly becomes manageable, an expense that disappears, or a resource you did not know was available to you suddenly coming into view. The key here is that you have to be willing to receive. And I know that might sound strange because who would not be willing to receive money? But Sagittarius, there is a part of you that has been blocking abundance without even realizing it. There is a deep belief somewhere inside you, maybe planted in childhood, maybe reinforced by years of struggle, that tells you that money is hard to come by, that you have to fight for every single coin, that financial ease is for other people, not for you, that if things start going well financially, something bad must be right around the corner to balance it out. Those beliefs are lies. They are programming, not truth. And as long as they live inside you, they act like a dam, blocking the river of abundance that is trying to flow into your life. The universe is asking you to examine your relationship with money, not in a superficial way, but in a deep, honest, sometimes uncomfortable way. What did you learn about money growing up? What did the adults in your life teach you? Not through their words, but through their actions, their stress, their arguments, their silence. Those early lessons became the blueprint for your financial life. And if that blueprint is built on scarcity and fear, then no matter how hard you work, you will keep recreating scarcity and fear. But when you change the blueprint, when you replace the old beliefs with new ones, the external reality starts to shift to match the internal transformation. Start small. Start with the way you talk about money. Instead of saying, "I cannot afford that," try saying, "I am choosing to spend my money differently right now." Instead of saying, "Money is always a problem," try saying, "I am learning to manage my resources wisely." These might seem like tiny shifts, but they rewire the way your brain relates to abundance. And as your mindset shifts, your actions shift. And as your actions shift, your results shift. The financial breakthrough is coming, Sagittarius. But it is not coming to rescue you. It is coming to meet you halfway. So start walking toward it with faith, with intention, and with a willingness to believe that you deserve more than just enough. You deserve overflow. And overflow is exactly what is on its way. Tip 6. The relationship that confuses you is teaching you something vital. There is a relationship in your life right now that has you completely turned around. You do not know whether to hold on or let go. You do not know whether this person is meant to stay or meant to leave. You do not know whether the tension between you is a sign that something is wrong or a sign that something is being refined. And that confusion, Sagittarius, it is intentional. The universe is using this relationship as a classroom. And the lesson it is trying to teach you is one of the most important lessons you will ever learn. The lesson is this: not every relationship is meant to make you happy. Some relationships are meant to make you whole. And there is a massive difference between the two. A relationship that makes you happy is easy, comfortable, predictable, fills you up in the moment. But a relationship that makes you whole, that one challenges you. It confronts the parts of yourself you would rather hide. It triggers your insecurities, your fears, your unhealed wounds. It forces you to look at yourself with brutal honesty and ask, who am I really being in this dynamic? Am I being authentic? Am I being honest? Am I being the person I want to be? Or am I performing a version of myself that I think this person wants to see? The relationship that confuses you is showing you where you are still performing, where you are still hiding, where you are still afraid to show the full, messy, complicated truth of who you are. And I know that is uncomfortable. I know you would rather just have the answer: stay or go, love or leave, fight or surrender. But the universe is not interested in giving you the easy answer right now. The universe is interested in making sure you learn the lesson, because if you do not learn it here, you will have to learn it somewhere else. The pattern will repeat with a different face, a different name, a different set of circumstances, but the exact same core issue. So what is the core issue? For most Sagittarians listening to this right now, the core issue is boundaries. You are the sign of freedom, of expansion, of wide open horizons. You love without limits. You give without measuring. You open your heart so wide that sometimes people walk in and rearrange all the furniture without even asking permission. And then you wonder why you feel so unsettled in your own emotional home. It is because you let someone else redecorate without establishing what is and is not acceptable. Boundaries are not walls, Sagittarius. Boundaries are doors. They let the right things in and keep the wrong things out. And the relationship that confuses you is confused precisely because the doors have been wide open with no filter. Start setting boundaries, not as a punishment to the other person, but as a gift to yourself. Tell them what you need. Tell them what you will not accept. Tell them what makes you feel safe and what makes you feel small. And then watch. Watch how they respond. Because a person who respects your boundaries is a person who respects you. And a person who pushes back against your boundaries, who makes you feel guilty for having them, who tries to convince you that your needs are unreasonable, that person is showing you exactly who they are. Believe them and act accordingly. The clarity you are looking for in this relationship will come, Sagittarius. But it will come through your boundaries, not through their behavior. You cannot control how they act. You can only control what you accept. And once you get clear on that, the confusion will lift like fog in the morning sun. Tip 7. Your body has been sending you messages you need to stop ignoring. This one might feel uncomfortable, Sagittarius, but it needs to be said. Your body has been trying to tell you something, and you have been hitting the snooze button on the message for far too long. That tension in your back, the headaches that come and go, the fatigue that no amount of sleep seems to fix, the digestive issues that flare up when you are stressed, the tightness in your chest that appears at the strangest moments. Those are not random. Those are signals. Your body is a messenger, and it has been working overtime to get your attention. You see, Sagittarius, you have a tendency to live entirely in your mind and in your spirit. You are a thinker. You are a dreamer. You are a philosopher. You spend so much time exploring ideas, chasing visions, seeking meaning, that you sometimes forget you live inside a physical body that needs care, attention, and maintenance. You push through exhaustion because there is always one more thing to do, one more goal to chase, one more adventure to plan. You skip meals, you sacrifice sleep, you ignore aches and pains because slowing down feels like giving up. But Sagittarius, slowing down is not giving up. Slowing down is what allows you to speed up later. Think of your body like a vehicle. You can drive it at full speed on every road, push it through rough terrain, skip the oil changes, ignore the warning lights on the dashboard, and it will keep going for a while. But eventually something breaks. And when it breaks while you are going full speed, the crash is devastating. The universe does not want that for you. The universe wants you to pull over, check the engine, fill up the tank, and give the vehicle the maintenance it needs, so it can carry you to all the incredible destinations that are still ahead. There is a specific area of your health that needs attention right now. I am not going to diagnose anything because that is not my place, but your body knows. You know, there is something you have been putting off, an appointment you have been avoiding, a symptom you have been minimizing, a habit you know is not serving you. This is your sign to address it. Not next month, not when things calm down. Now, because the breakthrough the universe has planned for you requires you to be physically strong enough to receive it. The opportunities coming your way require energy. The transformation ahead of you requires vitality. And you cannot operate at the level the universe is calling you to if you are running on a body that is depleted and neglected. Start treating your body like the sacred vessel it is. Feed it real food. Give it water. Let it rest. Move it in ways that feel good, not punishing. Talk to it with kindness instead of frustration. Your body is not the enemy. It is not an inconvenience. It is the only vehicle you have for this journey called life, and it has been incredibly faithful to you. It has carried you through heartbreaks and celebrations, through losses and victories, through every single day of your existence. It deserves your gratitude. It deserves your care. And Sagittarius, when you start giving your body what it needs, something miraculous happens. The mental fog lifts. The emotional heaviness lightens. The creative energy returns. The motivation comes flooding back. Because everything is connected. Your mind, your body, your spirit. They are not separate departments. They are one system. And when one part of the system is neglected, the entire system suffers. Give your body the attention it is asking for, and watch how everything else in your life begins to improve in response. Tip 8. The creative project you abandoned is calling you back. There is something you started and never finished, Sagittarius. A creative project. Passion pursuit. Something that lit you up inside when you first began it. Something that made you feel alive in a way that nothing else quite matches. Maybe it was writing. Maybe it was painting or drawing or designing. Maybe it was music. Maybe it was building something with your hands. Maybe it was a business idea that started as a spark of inspiration and grew into a plan before life got in the way and pushed it to the back burner. Whatever it was, it is still there. It is still alive inside you, and it is calling you back. You abandoned it for what felt like good reasons at the time. You got busy. You got distracted. You got discouraged when it did not take off as quickly as you hoped. Someone said something dismissive about it, and their words planted a seed of doubt that grew into a forest of insecurity. You convinced yourself that it was just a hobby, not a real thing. You told yourself that practical responsibilities had to come first and creative dreams had to wait. And so you waited, and waited, and the project gathered dust. But the desire never went away, did it? It still tugs at you in quiet moments. It still whispers your name when you are doing something mundane and your mind wanders to what could have been. Here is what the universe wants you to know. That creative impulse was not random. It was not just a passing fancy. It was a download from something bigger than you. Call it inspiration, call it purpose, call it divine guidance. Whatever language feels right to you, the point is the same. That project came to you because you are the person who is supposed to bring it into the world, not someone else. You. And the fact that you walked away from it does not mean the calling expired. It means the timing was not right then. But Sagittarius, the timing is right now. I know what you are thinking. You are thinking it is too late. You are thinking you have lost your momentum. You are thinking the world has moved on and there is no longer a place for what you wanted to create. But that is fear talking, not truth. The truth is that the world needs what you have to offer now more than ever. The truth is that the time you spent away from the project was not wasted. It was preparation. You have lived more life, gained more experience, developed more depth. And all of that living is going to pour into the project and make it richer, more meaningful, more powerful than it ever could have been before. Start small. You do not have to finish it tomorrow. You do not have to show it to anyone. You just have to begin again. Open the notebook. Pick up the instrument. Dust off the canvas. Revisit the business plan. Take one small step in the direction of the thing that makes your soul come alive. Because that project is not just a project, Sagittarius. It is a piece of your purpose. And purpose does not expire. It waits. It waits as long as it needs to. And right now it is done waiting. It is ready. The question is, are you? Some people watch. Others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting. It's about moving. Tip 9. The forgiveness you are withholding is the key that unlocks everything. This is the section that might make you want to stop listening. This is the section where your ego puts up its defenses and your pride stiffens your spine and everything inside you says, "No, I am not ready for this." But Sagittarius, I need you to hear it anyway. The forgiveness you are withholding, whether it is forgiveness for someone else or forgiveness for yourself, is the single biggest block between you and the breakthrough the universe has prepared for you. There is someone you have not forgiven, and you have very good reasons for that. What they did was hurtful. What they said was unfair. The way they treated you was unacceptable. I am not going to minimize your pain or tell you that what happened was not a big deal. It was a big deal. It mattered. Your anger is valid. Your hurt is real. But here is the part that no one wants to hear. Holding on to that unforgiveness is hurting you more than it is hurting them. You are drinking the poison and waiting for them to feel sick. You are carrying the weight of what they did while they are out there living their life, possibly without giving you a second thought. And every day that you hold on to that resentment, you are giving them power over your present moment. power they do not deserve, and power you cannot afford to keep giving away. Forgiveness is not about saying what happened was okay. Forgiveness is not about letting them off the hook. Forgiveness is not about pretending the pain did not exist or inviting them back into your life. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself from the prison of the past. It is about looking at the wound and saying, "This happened, it hurt, and I am choosing to heal instead of staying broken." It is about reclaiming the energy you have been spending on anger and resentment and redirecting it toward the life you are trying to build. And then there is the other kind of forgiveness, the harder kind, the kind that makes your throat tighten just thinking about it. Self-forgiveness. Sagittarius, there is something you did or something you failed to do that you have been punishing yourself for. A mistake you made, a chance you missed, person you let down, words you said that you cannot take back, a version of yourself that you are ashamed of, and you have been carrying that guilt like a stone in your pocket, reaching in to feel its weight multiple times a day, reminding yourself of your failure, using it as evidence that you do not deserve good things. Stop. Please stop. You are a human being having a human experience, and human beings make mistakes. Every single one of them. The people you admire most have done things they regret. The people who seem like they have it all together have chapters they do not read out loud. You are not uniquely flawed. You are not specially broken. You are just a soul in a body trying to figure it all out, and sometimes you get it wrong. That does not make you unworthy of love. That does not make you unworthy of success. That does not make you unworthy of the breakthrough the universe is trying to deliver to your doorstep. Forgive them. Forgive yourself. Not because it is easy, but because it is necessary. Forgiveness is the key that has been hanging around your neck this entire time while you searched every drawer and every pocket for the thing that would open the door. You already have it. Use it. Turn the lock. Open the door. And step into the freedom that has been waiting for you on the other side. The energy that gets released when you finally forgive. Sagittarius, it is the most powerful force you will ever experience. It is the rocket fuel for every dream, every goal, every desire you have been holding in your heart. Let it go. Let it all go. And watch what rushes in to fill the space. Tip 10. The universe is testing your patience right before the reward. If you feel like things have been moving painfully slowly, like you have been doing everything right and still not seeing results, like you have been planting seeds and watering them and nurturing them and the ground is still barren, this message is specifically for you. What you are experiencing right now is not failure. It is not punishment. It is not a sign that you are on the wrong path. It is a test. The universe is testing your patience, your faith, your commitment, right before it delivers the reward. Think about how tests work. They always come right before the promotion. The final exam comes right before graduation. The toughest part of the workout comes right before the muscle grows. The darkest part of the night comes right before the dawn. That is where you are, Sagittarius. You are in the darkness before the dawn, and I know it does not feel good. I know it feels like you have been waiting forever. I know it feels like everyone else is moving forward while you are standing still. But you are not standing still. You are being prepared. The universe does not give you things you are not ready for. And right now, it is doing the final preparation work. It is strengthening your foundation so that when the blessing arrives, you can hold it. Because here is what people do not understand about breakthroughs. They can be just as overwhelming as breakdowns if you are not prepared for them. Sudden success can destroy a person who does not have the internal structure to handle it. Sudden abundance can create chaos in the life of someone who has not learned how to manage what they already have. Sudden love can overwhelm a heart that has not healed from the last loss. The waiting period is not the universe punishing you. It is the universe protecting you. So what do you do in the meantime? You keep going. You keep showing up. You keep doing the work even when it feels pointless. You keep watering the seeds, even when the ground looks barren. You keep believing, even when evidence suggests you are foolish for doing so. Because faith is not believing when the evidence supports you. Faith is believing when the evidence is silent. And right now, the evidence is silent. The results have not shown up yet. The doors have not opened yet. The phone has not rung yet. But they will. They will, Sagittarius. And when they do, the flood of blessings is going to be so overwhelming that you will look back on this waiting period and laugh. You will look back and say, "Oh, that is why I had to wait. It all makes sense now. Every single delay has been divine. Every single no has been protection. Every single closed door has been the universe redirecting you to a better entrance. You cannot see the full picture from where you are standing right now, but the universe can. And from the universe's perspective, everything is right on schedule. Your schedule, not theirs, not society's, not the timeline you created in your head years ago. Your divine, personal, perfectly orchestrated schedule. Trust it. Trust the timing. Trust the process. And most importantly, trust yourself. You did not come this far to only come this far. The best is not just ahead of you. It is sprinting toward you. And when it arrives, you will be ready. Because the waiting made you ready. The patience made you worthy. And the faith made you unstoppable. Now I want you to go back to the beginning of this message, back to where I told you there are 3 paths and one of them is your breakthrough. You have heard all 10 sections now. You have felt the ones that hit hardest. You have recognized the truths that made your heart beat a little faster and your eyes sting a little. And somewhere in all of those words you found your path. Maybe it was the path of release, letting go of the weight that was never yours. Maybe it was the path of trust, finally following your intuition without hesitation. Maybe it was the path of action, picking up the creative project, setting the boundary, making the appointment, forgiving the person, forgiving yourself. Whatever path lit up inside you, that is the one. That is your breakthrough. But here is what I need you to understand, Sagittarius. A breakthrough is not a moment. It is a decision followed by consistent action. It is not enough to feel inspired right now. It is not enough to nod along with the words and then go back to doing exactly what you were doing before. The universe met you halfway by bringing you to this message. Now you have to meet the universe halfway by doing something different tomorrow than you did today. One step, one change, one brave, uncomfortable, necessary action. That is all it takes to start the chain reaction. That is all it takes to flip the switch. And once the switch is flipped, Sagittarius, there is no going back. The momentum will carry you. The synchronicities will multiply. The doors will open so fast you will barely be able to keep up. But you will keep up. Because you are a Sagittarius. And keeping up with the impossible is literally what you were born to do. Thank you for staying with me through every word of this message. Thank you for being open, for being honest with yourself, for allowing these truths to land where they needed to land. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of the chapter you have been waiting to write. So pick up the pen and start writing. You have 2 options after this video. Close it and hope things shift. Or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.